Hello, guys. Welcome to 2024, and also welcome to the Investors Den. Before you say it, I know, I've been very, very incommunicado when it comes to creating videos for you guys, but that's going to change this year, especially when it comes to YouTube. I really want to make more YouTube videos for you guys, the ones that will be explaining deep down into what's is going on in the market and stuff like that, and even on for the shorts on Instagram and TikTok. I've even not really made a lot of videos lately, but that's gonna change. New year, new me. I promise. I promise, guys. All right. So the big question would be, what is going on with Bitcoin this year? What is going to happen to Bitcoin in the whole of 2024? I know that this is a question that is on everyone's mind, and I'm going to be answering that question today. First of all, let me start by talking about what I discussed last year. In the beginning of last year, I actually made like a video talking about what Bitcoin was likely to do this year, and I think I mentioned 40 something thousand that Bitcoin was going to close in 2023 with 40 something thousand dollars as the price. And this was back then when Bitcoin was around 15,000, and Bitcoin has been up over 190% from there. And the same principles that I used to make such crazy accurate prediction last year is the exact same things that I'm putting into place to make the same prediction this year. So you better pay attention to this one. You don't want to miss out. All right, so if you can take a deep dive here into my screen, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. So this here is over here was the price of Bitcoin when I made that video in January. This was I think we had just gotten this long candlestick, and I was saying that, look guys, Bitcoin has bottomed out and it was definitely going to keep going higher from there. A lot of people thought that Bitcoin was going to go to like 10K and lower and really low prices, but I kept on saying that this is not going to happen. And I wasn't just saying this off the top of my head. This is literally based off of price history, historical price data. Literally, Bitcoin does the same thing, but you have to understand the chart. You have to analyze it for you to realize where these opportunities lie. So literally, if you look over here, you see that Bitcoin, right from this bottom here all the way to where we are now, Bitcoin has been up over 171%. This means that if you put, let's say, $1,000, you should have like $1,700 by now. That would make everything be a total of $2,700. That would be that would be the money you have right now. So literally, if you had paid attention to stuff like that, you would have made massive money, just like I did anyway. Throughout the whole of last year, I put myself on a challenge, so to speak, and I decided to turn $200 to $10,000. Right now, that portfolio is sitting at $4,000. This was a portfolio that was started with $200, and I was able to do this based off of making a couple of trades back to back to back. Just rinse and repeat kind of stuff. Of course, there were some losses that were made. All of the trades that I made were based off of this that I'm showing you on my screen. Every single prediction, every single trades, this was the basis. This here, right here on my screen, is the basis for every single thing that I'm doing. So literally, this is a cheat code, all right? And I'm going to be telling you exactly what's going to happen in the year of 2024. That's this year. I'm going to be telling you exactly what I think is going to happen and where I think Bitcoin is going to go. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you stay tuned. All right, like I've always said, Bitcoin has market cycles, and these market cycles repeat. They do the same thing over and over and over again. People in my masterclass will know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm referring to market cycles, because this is something that I have talked about a lot of times. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $45,000. Amazing, right? Who would have thought? Now, looking at this, let's look at history. There are a couple of things that are approaching for Bitcoin. The number one thing that is approaching is the ETF. Now, secondly, another amazing thing that is going to be happening this year is the Bitcoin halving. Now, the Bitcoin halving is a situation whereby the supply of Bitcoin gets cut into half, thereby increasing the demand. This is basic economics. Once the supply gets reduced, and demand even stays at the same level, value would definitely go up. And in this case, the demand is not going to stay at the same level. It's actually going to increase. So I believe, based off of the ETF and based off of the hype that generally comes around Bitcoin after the halving event, there is no reason why Bitcoin will not do amazing numbers this year. So right now, if you look at my screen here, I don't want to go too far back, but let's go all the way to 2016. This white line here is the halving event, and this happened in July in 2016. If you go 4 years after that, which is the market cycles, the market cycle is usually every 4 years. So 4 years after that, which was 2020, we had another halving event. That's what I've indicated here with this white line. And now the next halving event has been predicted to be in 2024, which is this year, and it's going to be happening around April. But here is the thing, though: every single time Bitcoin crosses the halving event, we literally never go below the previous price again. So look at this. After here, Bitcoin never ever got below $577. This was in 2016, by the way. After the halving event, Bitcoin never went below here again. And if you go all the way to 2020, after the halving event, Bitcoin never went below here again, which was around 10K, 9K. Bitcoin never ever went below 10K, 9K again. And now we are sitting at 45,000. So if for any reason Bitcoin should stay above 45,000 up until April, trust me, we are never going to see Bitcoin below $45,000 again. Now, I'm not just saying these things off the top of my head, obviously. These things are in the chart, and I'm literally telling you what I think is going to happen based off of what I'm saying on the screen. These are facts. I'm not just saying it off the top of my head. Like I said, these are just facts on the screen, all right? And you can't ignore these facts because you'll be deceiving yourself at the end of the day. So basically, it took Bitcoin about, if we go all the way to 2016, it took Bitcoin about 210 days to reach new all-time highs. The all-time highs before 2016 was in 2013, and that was around $1,244. So this was 2 cycles ago, basically. After the halving event occurred, that was when Bitcoin was able to break that price again. Literally, you can see here. So before that, this was the top here, and then Bitcoin dropped and never ever saw this price until after the halving event. The same thing happened in 2017. The top of the market was $20,000. Now, Bitcoin entered into a bear market, and this lasted for about a year and a half. And then, after the halving event occurred, was when Bitcoin was able to break above $20,000 again. And after it did that, that's what I'm indicating with this blue line here. After it did that, it took about 196 days, by the way. The previous one that we calculated took about 210 days. So you can see that it's still within the same 200 days range, something like that. So as you can see, it took Bitcoin 196 days approximately to get to new all-time highs. Can you already see the pattern playing here? And after that, we never ever got below there again. Never, even in the next bear market. Okay, we did actually, but it wasn't so serious. Okay, so now where we are right now on Bitcoin is we are approaching the halving events. The halving events, like I said, is in April. Between March and April, we are not really sure, but I think it's April. It's leaning towards April at this point. So if it happens to be in April, this will mean that Bitcoin can do a lot before April. A lot. That's like 4 months. So a lot can happen in 4 months. A lot can even happen in 1 week. How much more 4 months? So a lot can happen. If Bitcoin should drop, right, best believe that it is a huge opportunity to be buying because, as you can see, like I said, before the halving event occurs, is always a great time to buy. All right. Once that halving event happens, Bitcoin is going to reach new all-time highs. It is a fact. The facts are on the charts. I'm not making these things up. These are the things that are on the screen, and I'm just literally telling you for free. So you might as well, you can pay attention if you want. So you can take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, or you can choose to hold it as the truth, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing on my screen here. So literally, now Bitcoin is at $45,000. So let's say from 45K all the way back to 69K, that's about 49% profit. Now, literally, if Bitcoin should get here, it's going to be all hell break loose because I think the prices will just keep surging. Now, I've said it before that Bitcoin is going to keep going up until 2025. We are in a bull market. Do not let anybody deceive you to think that we are in a relief rally. The relief rally has already ended. I already explained that before. If you want to understand what the relief rally is, you probably need to watch my previous video that I did last year. Do not be deceived. You guys, you need to start buying. Not financial advice, of course, but you really need to start accumulating some Bitcoins or some other altcoins anyway, the ones that you trust. I'm not your financial advisor. So let's go further to see how high Bitcoin can actually get. I can't say how high it can get, but I can tell you when it will be best time to start selling, when we are likely to go into another bear market. Now, judging off of price historical data, like that's the only way to predict these things. So if you can see here, all the way from the halving event here in 2016, after the halving event, it took Bitcoin 511 days to reach new all-time highs, which was $16,000 or $17,000 thereabouts. No, this was $20,000 actually in 2020. In 2017, it took Bitcoin 511 days to get there. And if we fast forward to 2020, after the halving event, it took Bitcoin experienced two highs, right? Two types of highs. The first one and the second one, which ended up being a double top situation. So this first top took Bitcoin 378 days to get there. And then the next one, the next double top took Bitcoin about 525 days, which is, we are going to approximate it to be between 300 and 500 days. So basically, that's about a year or a couple of months. It's not up to a year. It's about a couple of months, maybe 6 or 7 months, basically, for Bitcoin to top out. Now, we are looking at... So I literally took that same information and I brought it into after the current halving event that we are expecting. So if that happens, we are looking at 371 days will be putting us at April in 2025 or September in 2025. So basically, there's nobody that can be 100% sure of what Bitcoin is going to do exactly, but we can only make speculations based off of price historical data. And literally, from my calculation and from my prediction, I'm saying that Bitcoin is going to keep going up until 2025 before we're going to experience a downtrend, before we're going to get into another bear market. That is what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. So there you have it, guys. In 2025, maybe between April, like I said, between April and September, these are the periods that you should start offloading. You can even start offloading by January of 2025. Just know that 2025 is the moment where you should start selling your crypto assets. But right now, it's buying spree. I'm not even going to make this up. Buy and keep for the long term. Have a year in mind and stop buying to make money in 2 weeks, guys. That's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you really enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. I really want to know what you guys think. Do you think all of my statistics and data is just cap and nothing I'm saying makes any sense? I really like to know what you guys think. So leave your comments in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.